Prince Charles has become increasingly influential within the royal family as he prepares for life after the reign of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, when he will be elevated to the throne. The Prince of Wales is all too familiar with the trials and tribulations of royal life, having served the monarchy for decades. Despite his years of experience, Charles has also become well known for expressing his opinion about various issues, unlike Her Majesty, who remains studiously tight-lipped. Members of the royal family are expected to remain politically neutral. But Charles broke from royal tradition in November 2020 when he made comments appearing to allude to the Brexit debate. Mirror royal editor Russell Myers and political editor Pippa Crerar reported that Charles had broken royal protocol as he said, "No man is an island," just weeks before the EU-UK trade deal spat was settled, in what many took as a nod to the row. Speaking in Germany's parliament, the Bundestag, the Prince of Wales said politicians and officials may be negotiating the shape of the two nations' relationship, but its essence was down to the connection between its people. The Prince of Wales said, "The United Kingdom has chosen a future outside the European Union, and the relationship between our countries is evolving once again. Its shape is a matter negotiated between our governments and its essence is defined by the enduring connections between our people. It is, therefore, my heartfelt belief that the fundamental bond between us will remain strong. We will always be friends, partners and allies. As our countries begin this new chapter in our long history, let us reaffirm our bond for the years ahead." Charles then echoed the famous words of poet John Donne when he said no country is really an island and told guests our destinies would remain interdependent to a considerable degree. He continued, "The English poet John Donne famously wrote that no man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." One might equally submit that no country is really an island either, other than in the wholly literal sense. Our histories bind us tightly together and our destinies, although each our own to forge, are interdependent to a considerable degree. At the time, Prime Minister Boris Johnson was looking to secure a Brexit trade deal with the EU. But negotiators David Frost and Michel Barnier's talks were arduous, taking months to eventually reach an agreement just days before the deadline at the end of 2020. When the UK officially left the bloc in January 2021, the Queen also alluded to Brexit in a speech as she spoke of the virtues of respecting the other person's point of view. At the time, Parliament and the country were deeply divided over Brexit. The monarch also called for common ground and urged people to never lose sight of the bigger picture, widely interpreted as a veiled reference to the debate around Brexit. These comments were very similar to her 2019 Christmas Day speech, where she said, "Even with the most deeply held differences, treating the other person with respect and as a fellow human being is always a good first step towards greater understanding." Prince William also discussed Brexit with leaders in Dublin last year. He said, "Legal treaties are vital in underpinning the relationships between states. But relationships between people are equally, if not more essential, especially between the people of our two countries, whose lives, histories and futures are so deeply intertwined." While a Brexit trade deal was reached, the EU-UK bickering has not ended as the Northern Ireland Protocol, fisheries and trade still cause friction. This week, the UK's fuel shortage has been blamed on Brexit by European leaders, but the government argues that COVID and other factors have contributed. Simon Clarke, the new Chief Secretary to the Treasury, said the shortage had nothing to do with Brexit on the Today programme today. He said, "The difficulties we are facing are not unique to this country. The idea that this is somehow just a British problem is fundamentally wrong. There's a shortage of 400,000 HGV drivers across Europe. We share that problem. It's driven in part by workforce demographics. It's worsened by COVID restrictions." Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer went on the show shortly afterwards, and said Brexit had definitely contributed to the problem. He said, "Well, it's certainly a contributing factor. Whether you voted to leave or remain, It was obvious that if we were to leave the EU, we would have less HGV drivers than we would otherwise have. I think the British public should be angry and frustrated. This is a total lack of planning. It was predicted. And it was predictable. And for 5 years we've known that we're leaving the EU, and the government's got to a position where we haven't got an answer. I spoke to the haulier sector just 2 or 3 days ago. They're tearing their hair out. They want an answer from the government.